Okay, so let's say you need to reload Windows and your computer will not start. Will not start. So you're going to have to do it a little bit more difficult way. Now, do bear in mind that what I'm going to show you is going to erase all your files on your hard drive. So if you don't have your files backed up, you're going to need to find some way to do that. Maybe take your hard drive out and take it to someone, or whatever you got to do. But what I'm going to show you will wipe everything out. Every person should have a backup, so this really shouldn't be an issue, because you should have some sort of backup to fall back on. So if this is any type of recent computer, you're going to do an install from the disk using UEFI. And so I'm going to power on the computer, and this happens to be a Gigabyte motherboard, which is what we use. And I'm going to tap the F12 key immediately. Just keep tapping and tapping and tapping the F12 key while I have my Windows disk in the drive. So my Windows disk is in the CD or DVD drive, and I'm just tapping F12 repeatedly. And the boot option I want is going to always start with UEFI. And I want this. I happen to know this is my optical drive. I happen to know I have a SanDisk SSD, so I don't want to boot to that. And then this is the non-UEFI version of the DVD drive. So this is the one I want. You might see a tappy there like you see here. You may see DVD RW. There's any number of things. If you have a Samsung drive, maybe you'll see the word Samsung there, but don't get that confused with the Samsung hard drive. So anyway, I'm going to choose that option. This is the DVD drive and UEFI, which is the new way to load Windows, UEFI. And then it's going to say press any key. So I'm going to hit some keys on the keyboard to make sure it boots. And now it's booting to the DVD that's in the DVD drive. Now, if you don't have a DVD drive anymore, your system maybe didn't come with one, you can make a flash drive to allow you to reinstall Windows. And you go and you download the Windows 10 Media Creation Tool. And that will allow you to create install media, and you'd do the same process I just did, but instead of picking the optical drive, you would choose the flash drive, which of course you'd have plugged into your computer when it booted up. Again, the same F12, F12, F12 repeatedly, and you would pick the flash drive instead of the DVD drive. And again, that's for people that do not have an optical or DVD drive in their system. Alright, so here, I want to hit next. There is a repair function here. I would only use this if you have not managed to get your data off of your hard drive and you need to try to boot into Windows to get your data off your hard drive. Otherwise, don't choose this option. We really want to start over fresh. There's no point in reinstalling Windows, in my opinion, unless you start fresh with a clean slate. So I hit install now, and it's important you have all other external drives disconnected from your computer before you start this process. Flash drives, external hard drives, you don't want any of those drives plugged in because you don't want to inadvertently delete the data or overwrite the data or install Windows on a flash drive by mistake. If Windows has been on this computer before, there's no need to even type the key in here. You just say, I don't have a product key. And Windows will automatically talk to Microsoft after we get booted into Windows and activate Windows and activate the correct product. So you say, I don't have a product key, and then you do have to pick the correct product here. I happen to know this is a Windows 10 home machine. So hit next. And then this is the part where we start over with a clean slate. You have to accept the terms, of course, which you're not going to read. You hit here custom, and all the partitions on, it should be drive 0 typically. If you have more than one hard drive, you'll see the other drives here, but again, I recommend having those disconnected. You just click on all the partitions and hit delete, and delete again, so that the only thing left is unallocated space. And that's what you want to install to. So you've got a drive that's completely unallocated, completely empty, and you're going to install Windows to it fresh and clean. And now this is where the install process will take off. It'll take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, depending how fast or slow your machine is. When you get to the end, if this is a gaming PC, you want to make sure you download the latest video drivers from NVIDIA or AMD. And if you have any trouble with other drivers, you may need to make note of your motherboard and go to that manufacturer's website, Gigabyte, MSI, whoever it might be, and get drivers for Windows 10 64-bit. So hopefully that helps you get Windows 10 reinstalled if it totally won't boot up at all.